Hey fellow Canvas users and anybody else who happens to be watching this video. My name is Aaron Garner, and in this video I'm going to look at the multi-tool. This is a really great tool that allows you to do a lot of things, but the most important thing is that it will enable you to build out a course really quickly, just the basic outline of your course. You can get an entire course done probably in less than a half an hour if you know what you're doing. So but before we can use the multi-tool, we need to make sure that it's visible because it's not visible by default. So to do that, we're going to go into Settings, and then we'll click on this Navigation tab. And you probably already know this, but all of these items here are visible, and the items down in this below box are not visible. Now I've already got it up here, but you just click and drag whatever item you want into this upper box and release it. You can change the order of these, and then of course you're going to make sure that you save that. Okay, so I've already done that, so let's dive right into the multi-tool. Alright, so the first thing we're going to look at is the template builder, and this is where you're going to build out your templates for your modules. Now before we do that though, let's look at this really cool feature here that allows you to create a home page really quickly. Normally this would take a few steps, but with this, if you're starting out from scratch or you just want to redesign a home page, start from scratch, you just click on this button. It creates your home page. You click this link here that says set home link to front page, and now I've got my home page set. Now it's a blank home page. If you want to jump right in and edit that, you would click on this button. We're not going to do that now, but this is just a really quick way to just get your home page, a blank home page, set up. And like I said, without this feature here, it takes a few steps, and so this is a good little time saver here. Alright, so here's where we build out our templates. So templates are just what you think they are. They're just a blank page, or however you want to set it up, and you reuse those pages throughout your course. So here's where you build your templates, or you create your templates, I should say, and it's just a simple matter of clicking these buttons to create them, and there's no limit at how many templates you can make, so you can come back at a later day or any point in the course and create more templates if you come up with something that you want to reuse. So let's go ahead and just add a few templates. We'll call this assignment. We'll call it, how about written assignment? Written assignment. We'll just name this discussion. Now you can name these elsewhere too. This is just the name of your basic template. Page title, we'll just put lecture, and then quiz title, we'll just put something like quiz. Or how about chapter quiz? And then we're just going to create those templates. So just click on each of these buttons, and just like that, we have our templates. Now you would want to go in and edit these because currently everything is blank. So what you do is you click on one from here, or you could go into the individual sections here, but it's convenient just to click on this. Let's do the just our lecture. And so now you'll see it brings me right into the editor with my Design Plus tools here, and I'm just going to go ahead and just create a really quick basic page, and you can see how quick this is going to be. I'm going to fast forward in this section so it doesn't take so long. Okay, at this point we would have all of our templates completed with just the basic outline of how we want our templates set up. And so the next step would be to go over to the module builder in this tab here. And here's where we are going to set up our pattern for each of our modules. Now if you don't have a pattern, you can still use this tool, but the real benefit of using the multi-tool is for those of you who are going to have a consistent layout. And I would highly recommend that you do have a consistent layout. It really helps students to be able to navigate from week to week. So first thing you'll do is choose your module prefix. There are a bunch of them here that you can choose. You can do a custom one. You can just choose not to have one. I'm going to choose week because I always go by weeks. And then I will start, let's see, I'll start from 1, and let's just do, we'll do 4 modules. And before we generate our module list, we're going to have to add our different items in our elements. So I've already done an assignment, so I'm going to add that. This is optional. I'm going to just put assignment. I think what was written is what I had my template set at. And all of this is highly customizable later, as we'll see. I'm going to use my writing assignment. Looks like I have two. I must have been playing around with this earlier. Submission type, if you want to choose one, I'm going to put online submission. We'll give it 10 points, and we'll display it as a percentage. Okay, so that's done. Go ahead and just add a discussion. We'll put discussion. And we'll use our template again, set this at 15 points, and display that as a percentage. You can add a header if you want. I'm not going to do that at this point. We'll add our page. I think that was called lecture. And it's going to be based off of our template. And then finally, a quiz. And we'll just say quiz. And let's do a one off of our template. And that's pretty much it. These little stars, by the way, mean that they have not been published. Well, they haven't been. What's the right word? They haven't been created in our modules, is what I should say. And you can drag and drop these in any order. You can delete them, of course. You can change any of this stuff, and you can change them at any point. So here's one thing to consider: these little check marks. If I want each module name, so week 1 or whatever I call my module, if I want this week 1 and then to be week 2, week 3 to precede my name of my module, then I can do that. It's kind of redundant to have week 1 and then week 1. So I'm going to turn this off, and I think I'll turn one of them back on in a little bit so that you can see what the difference is. So I'm creating 4 modules. This looks all pretty good, but always keep in mind that you can change this at any point. I can also use, by the way, I can also use the indent feature if I use indentation to help organize things. And you can do this at a later point as well. Okay, so we're going to generate our module. Now, nothing has happened other than it's giving me the each one of these and what it's going to look like. Now, let's just say, for example, I don't really want a quiz on the first week. I think that's probably not a good idea since they're just getting getting used to my class. So we're going to delete that one. Maybe I want another writing assignment. Maybe I decided that I think I'm going to have 2 writing assignments. So so I can put another writing assignment here. If I could spell. And I could change all this stuff. I won't, in the interest of time, I won't change all this stuff. But you get the idea. Now you notice that because I unchecked these here, when it generated the modules, it is not going to use the prefix. Now this one, because I added it after the fact, is going to have that checked. All right, but I can change that at any point. So let's, just for the heck of it, let's have the prefix added in. You can see what that looks like. And maybe I want my quiz up here. Maybe I want the quiz right at the beginning of that. And maybe I don't want a discussion this week. And let's see, any other changes? So I think that all looks pretty good. You would go through this and customize each one of these as you see fit. And when I'm ready, I can add these modules to the course. One thing is that you can save your progress, and it saves it, as it mentions right here, up to 2 weeks. This 2-week saving process starts over every time you work on it. So if, for instance, if I save my progress and I want to come back later, and maybe it's a week later, when I start working on it, that resets to another 2 weeks of keeping it in the system. But anything after 2 weeks, it's going to be deleted. Okay, so I'm ready for that. Oh, one last thing. I can clear all of this. I can clear my save progress and I can start over. If I just don't like this and I have another idea or I mess something up and I'd rather just start over, you can delete all this stuff as well. Okay, so that looks all good. I'm going to add it to the course. Don't click out of this window until all of these are finished. And you'll see up here, when it's finished, you'll see somewhere up here that all of those weeks will appear. So that's a good indication that it's done. All right, we need some Jeopardy music here. Okay, and there you go. So now here are my weeks. I can do further customization by dragging these in any other order that I want. If I want to just work on one of them and add a few things from here, I can do that. It's a very convenient place to do it. It's much more convenient to do it in here to make some of these changes than it is from the modules page. Because by doing this, I don't have to open up any of these into edit mode. I can just do it right here. Let's see. And then you can expand all of them if you want to just kind of get a good eye for the entire layout. All right, so that looks pretty good. If I want to, if I can expand it all, if I want to come back here and start a new module pattern and add on to that, then I would probably be, for consistency, I'd probably choose week, by the week, number of modules. Let's say I maybe only did half my class and I want to do 8 more for a 16-week course. Then here I would start on module 9, for instance. So, and then that'll just populate up here and it'll just finish it. In this case, I would probably start with 5. So that's how that works. Let's go ahead and look in the modules page and see what that looks like. And where is my modules page? There it is up there. So there you have it. Everything's unpublished. Now I would go in, obviously, and publish everything and add my content. So you can see how easy it is to get the basic format of an entire 15, 16-week class in really a very short amount of time. And one last thing I forgot to mention. Remember when we checked those boxes that would enable the or include the prefixes? Well, here's week 4. This is what this looks like. So for each one of these, it's kind of redundant to me. Week 4, it's under week 4. So I always leave these unchecked. But if you'd like to have that prefix, whatever you have your module set at, you can include that in each one of your templates. So totally optional. Well, that's going to wrap up this one. We'll see you in the next one.